torsion box flipped upside down, and I put in a row of these wooden blocks in line with my vise attached to the top skin. I have the bottom skin here flipped upside down, and I've glued and clamped a double stack of these filler blocks so that when I flip this skin over, those will insert into two of these grid openings, and that's where I will be attaching the vise. I glued and clamped them and screwed them from the outer edge of the skin, which is currently the underside, so that I had access to the screws. I can take those screws back out once the glue has set up so that I won't have any metal in there when I go and attach my vise. While we're waiting for the glue to dry on the skin that we just put on, I picked out a few boards from the lumber rack here of some cherry that I think I'm going to use to finish the ends with. This is lumber that was milled off of our property. We had some old dead and dying trees that were taken down. Had a portable sawmill come here and mill them for me. And then I air dried them in a shed outside and then brought them here into the shop. That was about 2 years ago. I haven't worked with it yet, so I'm really excited to try out some of this lumber for the first time. Some of these pieces were the top pieces. They have quite a bit of twist to them, so I'm looking forward to trying to work through that and see how it works out. I've now got the 2 1/2-inch MDF skins glued down and also applied the 1/8 inch hardboard top screwed down to the 1/2-inch MDF. As I was screwing it down, I was double checking to see how flat we were, and it wasn't as flat as I expected. So I ended up taking the hardboard back off and double checking the skin, the MDF skin, and that looked fine. So I noticed on the underside of the hardboard, as I was drilling through and countersinking the screws, I was making little divots on the underside of this hardboard. So I took a little sandpaper and just sanded out those divots where I was screwing through. Flipped the hardboard back over, reattached it with the screws, and now it's much more flat. I found about a 10/1000th of an inch dip, a little bit in the center, which is totally great. Certainly as flat as I expected, if not a lot more so. Next step, I need to trim the hardboard edges flush with the rest of the sides. The MDF has already been trimmed, and then look to apply the cherry rails around the ends.